Welcome back to this edition of the Taiwan Outlook. We're going to continue our conversation with Mr. Eddie Yan, who's the Director of the Office of Trade and Investment for the state of Idaho in Taipei, Taiwan. Eddie, in the previous segment, we talked a little bit about the overall trade and investment relations between U.S. and Taiwan. Can you start off in this segment with two other viewers back home about some of the numbers or the items, the areas where the trade between U.S. and Taiwan are very, very significant?
Well, Raymond, I love to share those kind of great numbers that Taiwan has with you and the audience. You know, Taiwan actually is many times the number one, sometimes the number two, depending on how strong Korea is.
Yes.
The number one or number two market for semiconductor equipment.
Really?
Manufacturing equipment market. And also LCD.
LCD,
and now,
of course.
I think everyone knows that the solar energy has been growing so
very
fast.
Active.
So those three areas, actually, Taiwan play a very, very important role and has been a very strong and important market for many equipment suppliers
many areas. Yes.
From the U.S. Besides those high-tech equipment, as a market only with 23 million population, you won't believe Taiwan is the number one apple market.
Really?
For U.S.
For U.S. apples?
Apple,
okay.
Cherry,
okay.
peaches, and another two items, agricultural product, that I think when I mention a number, you will be amazed, you know, how good the market is. Wheat.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Taiwan, I think U.S. wheat has about 100% market share.
Really?
Yeah, and Taiwan is the world number 8 wheat export market for U.S. wheat.
Yeah.
And soybean.
Really? Soybean as well. To make soy sauce. Yes.
And soybean milk.
Yes.
And tofu. Actually, tofu also is becoming very popular in the U.S. You can buy tofu in most of the supermarket.
Especially with a very health conscious, you know.
And U.S. soybean has close to 80% of the market share.
Really?
Yeah. So those are the great number I think I'd like to share with you and with our kind of audience.
Yeah.
That really show you how important that this market is for lots of U.S. product and lots of U.S. companies.
Yeah, now how important Taiwan is for U.S. market, you know, in terms of the products that we produce here and exporting to the U.S. Therefore, you know, I want to ask you, Eddie, is that you've been doing trade promotion in Taiwan for 18 years. You must have accumulated a lot of experiences. Can you just share with the viewers back home, how do you promote your products, you know, and to enhance trade between Taiwan and your home state, Idaho, for example, and for the U.S. and Taiwan?
Well, typically, when we decide to do promotion for a Idaho company, mostly we will just do a little bit of research about the market in Taiwan first.
Yes.
And then we will just use that market information and to work with our company. So we have been doing a lot of trade shows. Seminar in Taiwan to help to promote new to market.
Is that by industry or is it by a certain theme, for example, Agriculture Week?
By industries.
By industry,
say like education.
Okay.
We recently did a great event like green green building material and equipment with.
That is certainly very popular nowadays.
With the commercial section of AIT and agriculture trade office of AIT. We had a room only good for like 80 people.
Yes.
But we had more than 140 people want to come.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
very good turnout.
Yeah, so a trade show, a seminar, and also presentation. Those are the typical way that we do not just in Taiwan, but also we do the same thing back to Idaho. Let's say I have to go back to Idaho.
Ways. Yes.
Twice a year.
Okay.
And typically when I have a chance to go back to Idaho, I will go to visit different company and organize like a presentation or seminar and to introduce the market, try to attract as many new to market company from Idaho to export product or services to Taiwan and also the neighboring country as much as possible.
Yeah. I also want to qualify this with our viewers back home that Eddie is not only responsible for Taiwan, but also responsible for the greater China market, including Southeast Asia. I know Eddie travels to parts of Southeast Asia quite often. But let me ask you, how does your experience in Southeast Asia or other parts in Asia compare with your experience in Taiwan in terms of how the companies will react and what kind of questions they have most in terms of making their investment decisions, whether to invest in the U.S. or coming to Taiwan or parts of Southeast Asia?
First of all, I would say compare with other countries in Southeast Asia, including China, that have been visiting with. I think Taiwan is really a much easier market for lots of U.S. companies, not just for trade or even for investment, because this is really a very mature market. Companies, importers, they know what they want. So if you introduce a good product to them, really it won't take long for them to say yes or no.
Yes.
And also, most of the importers in Taiwan, I think, over the year they have gained good experience of working with business from all over the world.
Yes.
So that really helped Taiwan gradually establish a good reputation in trade or kind of investment. I think investment from all the kind of world investment related organization, Taiwan last year was not ranked in a kind of even
the
top 10.
Tier. Yes.
So I think for investment, Taiwan really has. I think the new administration really has a lot of things to do to try to put Taiwan back as one of the top 10 or top 15 for like the investment list.
Yes.
But in Southeast Asia, what I have been trying to do for Idaho companies, I try to use the Taiwan connection.
Yes.
As I mentioned to you, I have been promoting Taiwan as a regional hub, not just to China, but also to Southeast Asia. Taiwan is the #1 investing country in Vietnam, and the #3 in like a country like Thailand. I believe Malaysia too.
Yes.
And also the #6 in Philippines.
Yes.
Indonesia.
Yes.
So there's a lot of Taiwanese companies, and when they go to a country, and they will bring the same product that they have been buying from to the next market. Actually, I just visited Vietnam last month.
Yes,
and
I know you go there quite often.
You won't believe how many Taiwanese company I met just in 3 days.
I can imagine.
Well, they were in so many different industries, like the food, furniture, and right now more and more high tech. And also, you won't believe, they are just from Idaho. I have seen more and more company from Idaho that they are selling their material and product to Vietnam through their connection
in Taiwan.
In Taiwan.
Yes.
Yeah.
So naturally, Taiwan is becoming a very important stopping point for a lot of the products in and out of U.S. and also coming out of Asia into the U.S.
Yes.
So let me ask you, in the U.S., we know the United States, and also same as us in Taiwan, we have different layers of government. One is the central, or in the U.S., the federal government. And also the next layer, we have the state government in the U.S., and in Taiwan, we have the local cities and counties. I want to ask you, we talk a little bit about the objectives of the U.S. federal government in terms of promoting trade with Taiwan. How about at the level of state government? There are 50 states in the U.S., of course, and each state has their own particular niche in their economic and trade relations, especially externally. And in terms of promoting their trade, and also their products from their states, what are the strategic objectives of the various states in terms of trade promotion, vis-a-vis, for example, Taiwan? What are their strategies? Are their strategies mostly in conformity with the federal government, or sometimes not necessarily, falling in line with what the federal government would like to accomplish? What do you think?
Well, in terms of trade promotion, I think America has a very unique system.
Yes.
I would say that America has kind of a two parallel system
Yes.
in terms of trade promotion. The federal government, under like the Department of Commerce,
Yes.
I believe the DOC maintain more than 80 overseas offices
around the world.
To promote the U.S. products,
Yes.
tourism, education.
Yes.
But at the same time, each individual state, especially for those states that they are highly relying on overseas market, a state like Idaho, many states they will establish their own trade promotional offices, depending on where the market is. Let me give you again some numbers. In Japan, Japan has been the largest market for a lot of states, especially like high-tech food and building material.
Of course, agriculture products.
Agriculture products.
Yes.
So there are more than 35 states.
Really?
Having
trade offices in Japan?
Yeah, in Japan. But it's
How many we have in Taipei now?
we have 17.
You have 17?
We have 17, which I would say the number is not small.
No.
And over the year, actually, the number has not been reduced yet. Actually, 2 years ago,
Yes.
if I may, I'd like to say Pennsylvania. That's
The Commonwealth of
yeah,
Pennsylvania,
and,
yes.
2 years ago, actually 2.5 years ago, Pennsylvania decided to establish an office in Taiwan.
Yes.
Yeah. So if I may, I would like to show this to our audience. This kind of page show all the offices, all the states that
having
have
representation in Taiwan. And currently also, I may tell our viewers back home that Eddie Yan is the president of the Association of American State Offices in Taiwan. And as Eddie stated, there are 17 of them in the association. And exactly what are the activities that these state offices do in terms of trade promotion, educational exchanges, that will be the focus when we come back in this edition of the Taiwan Outlook.